Hey guys, so today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a Spider-Man suit in one day. Let's get into it. So first of all, you buy a base suit. A base suit is basically what in the cosplay world just means you have a printed suit on lycra or spandex, whatever you want to call it, and yeah, it's basically all ready to go. It's all sewn up and everything. The pattern are usually pretty cool, and I just went with the Sentai sewn version for this suit because I liked it the most. And yeah, so this is, as you can obviously tell, the Spider-Man Far From Home suit. Very cool, has all the detail. This as accurate as they could get it. As of now, you know, the movie is barely coming out. So yeah, this is a suit, and it's really good. I really like the suit. I like the detail and everything. And yeah, basically, that's what you want to do first. You want to order a suit from Sentai Zone, and I know technically this is how to make a suit in one day, and this might take like a week or so. But I mean, once you have this, you could really finish your suit in just one day, and I'm going to show you how. So the next step is, wha-bam, wha-bam. Okay, so these are the Spider-Man lenses, and the way I made these are by just using a simple old speaker that I didn't need anymore. And I actually made these back when it was the Amazing Spider-Man, so you can see some gold right there. But all I did was, I had already taken them off the mask, so I decided to use them for this one since the lenses for the Spider-Man Far From Home are actually quite small. And you know, they're basically the same thing, so I decided to use them. And yeah, this is what I'm going to be using for the suit. I just made them by cutting out the shape. At that time, I don't know, I was cutting out the Amazing Spider-Man shape, but you could, you know, do it based on the Spider-Man Far From Home. And the only tip I have for you guys when you do this is to make sure that this has some room to get glued onto the actual like lens frame, because if not, it's not gonna work out for you guys. If it's just like right in the center, that's not gonna work out. You're gonna have no way to stick it onto the lens frame. So yeah, just make sure it's a little bit bigger than the actual visibility like hole that's gonna be inside of the frames. So yeah, just make sure of that. And the next step is, yeah, paper plate. No, I'm just kidding, but you are going to need a paper plate, and that's because this is what I turn into that. Yeah, so as you can see, I made these lenses completely out of that. So this paper plate, you know, I just got it, you know, those cheap paper plates like that. And yeah, from that, I just got a reference picture. Let me show you guys on my phone the reference picture that I used. So you guys can, if you want to use the same one. All I did was basically look up Spider-Man Far From Home 4K like wallpaper, I think I looked up, or poster wallpaper, something like that. And a website came out which had like this really clear image of like the lenses and stuff, and that's what I based that on. So let me show you guys right now. Yeah, you see that I just took that about that size. Actually, I just made it like full capacity that I could on my phone. And yeah, that's the website. I don't know, it says not secure, but whatever. Whoa, that's weird. You see how that's glowing? Oh shit. Okay, well, yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. I think the phone has something that blinks, like a red light. That's why you can see that. But okay, either way, yeah, that's the picture I used. And I basically just traced it straight from the phone onto paper. And then I cut out the paper and drew it onto here with a pen. And once I had done that, I cut it out. And then I took another paper plate and I cut out the shapes of all the like single like kind of like focusing lens. So basically I just took the flat piece that I had cut out and I just glued on all these like lines on it that I cut out from the same material. And yeah, it's really thin, which is good because that's what I wanted. And yeah, they came out really good. And then once I was done with both of them, I just spray painted them with white primer spray paint, and that gave me this result. The next step is to spray paint the lenses, so I'm just going to go outside right now and spray paint them black. Alright, so the next step is to spray paint it, and I'm going to do that right now. I'm using the Rust-Oleum, it's a semi-gloss black, and yeah, so I'm just going to use this, and I'm going to see how it looks. Hopefully it's what I was going for with this, and yeah, so I'm just going to mix it up, and I'm going to start spray painting it. Okay, let's do it. So, I know you guys probably can't see it right now because it's already like dark out, but that's it. I don't even think I need a second coat. I think that's good enough already. So, we're just gonna leave it here to dry, and I'll come back to you guys once it's done drying. Yeah. Alright, so while we're waiting for that to dry, I think I'm gonna start working on the shoes. And that's another thing you're gonna have to order, by the way. You're gonna have to order the shoes, or if you don't want to order shoes, either way, you can always just take an old pair of shoes and put that into the suit. I bought these because I thought they looked cool, but honestly, if I didn't really want to spend the money, I probably would have just used any other old shoe that I didn't want anymore, and I would have used the sole of it for the suit. So that's what I've done in the past. So this is definitely an option. You don't have to go out and buy it. You could use whatever shoe you have, but I do recommend this because you could get some pretty cool ones like this one. With this one, by the way, I got it on Amazon. Pretty cool. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with them though. Like, I don't know if I want to like cut a hole in the bottom of the suit, or if I want to just attach it like directly attach the sole onto the bottom of the suit. That's what I've done in the past, but I was thinking of maybe this time keeping the inside of the shoe on it, so it could give me more of that like boot type look underneath. And in case you guys didn't know what I was talking about, okay, so one of the methods that I know of is to basically cut right here, like the bottom of the suit, the piece where your foot goes into, and cut like a straight vertical line right here, and then use that to basically stretch it over the shoe. So if we're gonna use that method, I would get my shoe and I would just simply cut the line and then basically put it over the shoe like a sock, basically, if you guys know what I'm saying. See, so it would kind of like be like this. It would be stretched over this, something like this, but it will be something like this. I can't do it that well because it's not cut. But then I also think about when you do that, it's really hard. I mean, I don't know because I haven't done it, but I would think it's pretty hard to get your shoe into this unless you just like really like go, you know, I don't know. I feel like it would be more complicated, but I'm not sure if that's what I'm gonna do or not. I might end up doing that just because you see how this would hold its shape more than just the spandex itself. Like, it looks really dark right now, but yeah, like the shoe holds its shape more than you know, the shoe on itself, which as you can see is just like, you know, like a sock basically. Alright guys, so I tried out the cutting a hole in the bottom of it, and I think that's what I'm gonna go with because it seems to fit really well like this. And yeah, it just makes the suit look better. So I'm gonna go with this method instead of the just gluing the other part of it onto this. I think this is gonna go way better on it, and yeah. So let me tell you guys how I did it. Basically, you wanna grab. Wait, hold on. Let me turn on brighter lights for you. All right, guys. So now that I turn on more lights, let me just show you how I did it. Basically, you wanna take the sock of the suit, and you want to get a blade, a knife, and you want to just poke a little hole. Just be careful, don't poke yourself, or ask somebody to help you. So yeah, and yeah, just poke a little hole. Okay, there you go. That's all you need, a little hole. And then you're done with this, put it away. And next you want to take some scissors, and you want to start cutting along this line, which basically is gonna be from like here, from like the bottom of the sole to the top. So just put the scissors into the hole that you made with the knife, and just cut like a bigger line right here. It doesn't even have to be too big. Just make sure to leave space to glue it to the sides of it. So like, see right here how I'm leaving space, that's going to be glued to the side. See, can you guys see that? So here's the cut right here, and then this is all space that I can use to glue the shoe down to it. So, and you don't want that big of a hole. Something like that should be fine. You see that? It's not that big of a hole. This is spandex and it stretches. You should be able to slide your shoe into that, like so. You just put the shoe into the hole, and you want to stretch it out like this. Okay, so make sure the front is like tightly put in. Then bend the shoe and put it in there. And it shouldn't be too difficult because the spandex really like gives a lot, like it really stretches. So you shouldn't have that much of a difficulty doing this step. And see, that's it, look, it just like forms right into the shoe. Now all you want to do is make sure any like sewn part of the suit, you want to make sure it's under the visible part, because that at the end we're just going to end up cutting around it, and we're just going to leave like the sides. That's what I was talking about, the sides is what you want to leave, because all this is what we're going to glue down with our glue. Which, by the way, if you guys were wondering what glue we're going to be using, I'm going to be using the E6000. There you go. E6000 is really good. It really bonds everything super well. The only downside to this is that it takes, I think, like 73 hours, 72, something like that, or 48 hours. Yeah, it says it takes from 48 to 72 hours to fully cure. But the good thing is that you know, like if you just leave it there for like overnight, which is what I'm gonna do, it's pretty much gonna be ready the next morning. It's not gonna be at its full capacity, but it'll be pretty much dry by then. So yeah, it'll be pretty good to go pretty much. So yeah, so E6000 is really good. I really recommend it. A lot of people use shoe glue, but I've been using this with my shoes forever, and yeah, you can't take out the sole no matter what you do. I've tried taking them off before, and yeah, no way I was going to be able to do that, because it just rips the fabric. That's how bonded it is to it. So yeah, I definitely recommend the E6000. And once you have both shoes in, you just want to make sure that everything lines up where you want it, that both of the shoes look about right. So I think I'm gonna leave it somewhat like this, because I want them to look about the same. You know, when people look at them, you know, it has to look about the same. So make sure everything's stretched out, that the webbing lines up with the other one. And yeah, I'm gonna leave some of this black right here visible, because I think that's how it is in the movie. That's like the effect it has. So I'm gonna do that. This, as I said, all the like stitching on the suit and stuff, you want to put it under, because that if not, it's gonna mess up the suit, I feel like. So yeah, just tuck it in, and yeah, make sure that's not visible when you see it like this. That's what it should look like. And yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with how it is right now. So I'm gonna line up this other shoe to the other one according to how I liked it. So let's see. Okay, so these sides kind of match up. It needs to be more down. And you want to make sure to get this perfect the first time, because there really isn't like a, you know, going back situation here. Once you glued it on, like, you can't really take it off, because that kind of just like ruins the fabric after that. So you have to be really careful when you're doing this. Really take your time with it. Make sure you're putting the right shoe on the right leg. That's another thing that you can mess up on, so just watch out for that kind of stuff. So yeah, I have the left foot on the left leg and the right foot on the right leg. So yeah, you have to watch out for that. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, I think that's how I want it to look. This, I'm just gonna have to stretch it out like this because it keeps going back. But I'm gonna make sure that doesn't happen, and I'll apply the glue right here, right where I want it, so it doesn't move back anymore. And yeah, I think that's it. Like, that's all you have to do for the first part of it. See, that looks like it matches pretty good. And then on this side, wait, this side, oh, this needs to be stretched back, but this needs to be a little bit more up, I feel like, on this side. Wait. And yeah, it's gonna be something like that, because the pattern isn't all that like accurate here. So I'm gonna have to cut that a little bit more. No, it's actually about the same look, because that's where that is. You see that? And then if you look at this one, right there, see, that's about the same size. So I'm gonna leave it right there, how it is. The front, that looks fine. When you look at them like this, that looks pretty good too. Now, we're just gonna glue around the sides where I told you guys. I'm gonna start from the front and work my way back. And yeah, you don't want to cut any of the excess fabric yet, because you don't know if you're going to need it to glue it on. So I would recommend to leave it on until you glued it, and once it dries and you know that it's good, you can cut out the extra fabric that is not going to be needed on the bottom of the shoe. So yeah, I'm just going to start gluing now. Okay guys, so I just finished gluing everything around, as you guys can see. There is some like bleed through in some of the places, like where you can see the glue, but it's not that bad. And overall, it is a better method, just because it's gonna give you more support and everything. So yeah, look, this is a finished product. This is what we're gonna go after once it dries. We're gonna go after, and we're gonna cut this out, like, so the sole can be, you know, fully out. And we're gonna do the same for this one. That's it, they're all done. And that's how they should look when you're done with the shoes. See, they look pretty good. So as I was doing these, I went outside and I got the lenses back, and this is how they turned out. They look really good. See that? There you go. That's one. And this is the other one. And I mean, all this I've really just been working on today. I didn't film everything because I hadn't thought about making it into a video. I was just gonna show you guys like how I did it once I was done with it. But halfway through I was like, you know what, I should film. So I decided to do that, and this is the finished product pretty much. all we need to do now is glue the lenses to the frames, and then once that's done, I'm still not sure if I'm gonna put a plastic over this. I might, but I'm gonna have to find like a hard plastic that can go over the lens to give it more of the like shiny effect with this. But just to give you guys an idea, it will look something like this once it's done. So basically, once you glue the frame in, okay. Once you do that, you just glue it in. I like using either hot glue or crazy glue. I wouldn't recommend the E6000 because it's way too runny to do this, and you need something that like kind of dries quickly. So I'm either gonna use crazy glue, which I think is what I'm gonna end up doing, or you can also use hot glue. But I think I'm gonna go with crazy glue on this one because it dries faster and it gets a better stick. And once you do that, all you want to do is attach a magnet up here. But let me take off the lens. But basically, you first put the lens on, and then you put the magnet right here, and right here. And once you do that on both lenses, you should be good. And then just make sure to line it up on the facial. Look, I have an example of a facial that I made. This was for my Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit. But it's the same idea. You just have to use the a different like different dimensions for it, because this one is a lot bigger. As you can see, I just used like a kid's mask that you were able to buy back then when the movie came out and everything. It was like $10 or something like that. And I think it's the same thing I'm gonna do with this suit. I'm just gonna buy like the new Spider-Man mask that they have, and just like put take off like the lenses and put the magnets in the right location for them to align to the suit. And that's it. You know, all you do is wear this under and just attach the frames or the full lenses, once you glued it all together, over the suit, and that's it. They just stick on and they won't fall off or anything. But you do have to use these magnets, which are like really strong magnets. And yeah, that's pretty much all you need to do for that. I think I'm gonna show you guys the finished lens, like how I just like put the crazy glue on it and glue them together. But as I said, I won't be doing the magnet part just because I don't really have the magnets right now. So yeah, the suit is pretty much complete. Other than that, for the web shooters, as you can see in the new Spider-Man suit, they're printed on here. That's what they look like right here. Let me show you guys. You see that? That's basically what they look like. So all I'm gonna do for that is just cut out a little piece of I don't know if I'm gonna use cardboard or something like that, but that's all I'm gonna do. Cut a little piece of cardboard in this shape, spray paint it black, and give it, you know, some like nice dimensions to it, like maybe some like design to where it looks kind of more raised than just like a piece of cardboard stuck on there. And that's it. I'm just gonna glue it on, and then for this I'm gonna do the same thing. Take a piece of cardboard, cut it in a triangle shape, and then spray paint it silver, and that's it. And that's all I'm going to be doing for this suit, because of course there is the option to like paint it with puffy paint and all that, which if you guys haven't seen my Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit video, I did do it for that one. But I think for this suit, since it's way too much because you would have to go over every single dot, I'm just gonna wear it like this as it is. Because also, you know, you can mess it up if you're not doing it properly. So I think I'm just gonna like keep it like this. I might add a spider later on, but for now that's all I'm gonna be doing for it, which is why I was able to finish it so fast. So I know you guys are gonna, some of you guys may not qualify as a finished suit, but I am gonna qualify as a finished suit because that's all I wanted to do to my suit. And like this, you have a fully functional suit that looks great, has the lenses, everything on it. and you can do this in one day. I literally did this all in one day. I prepared the lenses earlier on, but you know, it was all basically just one day. It just takes one day to do all that. You just have to be creative and, you know, go out of what you might be comfortable with and experiment with different things. And yeah, like I'm telling you, you know, this I made out of this. So yeah, it's pretty simple. And once you have this glued on, you just need to wait for it to dry, maybe overnight. But I mean, the whole suit is done now. That's basically it for the suit. And I'm just gonna show you guys the final like lenses, and stay tuned after this video because I'm probably gonna be making like a suit reveal in the next video. So yeah, so now I'm just gonna trace the lens onto here. It's very simple. It doesn't have to be exact, as long as you get the rough shape of it. That's all that really matters. Okay, something like that. Can you see it? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, like that. And you do the same for the other lens. And okay. There. And that's it. And I got this plastic from an old toy box thing that we didn't need anymore. So yeah, there you go. There are both of the lenses. And that's it. Now all you do is cut this out, and then you glue this onto this, and then you put the frame over everything. And that's it. You're done with your lenses. So I'm going to show you guys once I'm done doing that. Okay, so I decided to use hot glue instead of crazy glue because that wasn't really working out. So I'm just going to use the hot glue gun, and I'm just going to stick the plastic frame that I made. I just kind of bent it with a heat dryer, with a regular heat dryer, hair dryer. And yeah, now it fits good, and I'm just going to glue it down, and that's it. Alright guys, so this is how the lens should look once you glue it all together. You can see that shininess to it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Once you do that, you're pretty much done with the whole thing. So I'll show you guys in the next video the full suit reveal. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Some ideas for the things I'm not gonna do in this video, which are the spiders and all that. You guys can use either if you can find like thin layers of like rubber sheets. That's really good because that will stretch with the suit and everything. But if you can't find that, you can go with foam. The only downside to that is that it probably will crack with the suit stretching, which it always does because when you do movement and stuff. So if you guys have no other option, just go ahead and do that. You guys should be fine with that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching as always, and we'll see you all on the next one. Peace.